Hey Derc, Chris here, the owner of CNP Marketing and Design. And in this video, I'm going to show you a few different things that you can do yourself to actually bring more customers into your business. And they work by putting your business right in the face of somebody searching for your services in the areas that you target. The topics of today are going to be content, backlinks, and citations, and what they'll actually do for you if you use these strategies. More importantly, how they could generate another 7 to 15 jobs or more every single month by using these strategies. But first off, I checked out your site and it looks really nice. I love the layout. I love the logo. The whole vibe of it is exactly what you're going for. And it has everything you need as far as looking good. But it is lacking in some of the different components that are actually going to generate business using the website. So getting right into it, page content is made up of the words, the images, and text behind the images called alt text that make up a certain page on your site. You need at least 1,500 to 2,000 words on your homepage to be properly optimized with Google. And this is also going to give you a lot more opportunity to fill in with some buyer intent keywords that you're trying to rank and get business for. A buyer intent keyword is just a word or phrase somebody searched into Google that indicates they're ready to buy your services. For example, if somebody was looking for a land clearing contractor, Kansas City, Missouri, that's a good example of somebody who you know is local and it's buyer intent. So they're looking for a land clearing contractor. They're probably looking for that so they can get a job done. And when you rank for these words, you come up first and you get more customers coming straight to you that are already ready to buy and know what they want. Now, it makes sense why Wikipedia is always the top when you look for most things because they have the most relevant and authoritative content and Google rewards them for that. So in short, Google likes information, and in your content, you can strategically place keywords to tell Google exactly what terms you want your website to be put in front of when people search for it. This is why content is king, and it's the easiest and fastest way to rank for literally anything. Now, your biggest competitor when it comes to land clearing in Kansas City is just this KC Arborist, and they really don't have anything special on this page. Your website is definitely a lot more modern, more up to date. They just have actually a little bit more content on this back page that they're ranking for in that specific keyword. So going on to the second thing, the second important thing when it comes to optimizing your online presence are backlinks. And a backlink is just another website linking to yours through theirs, either through text or through a clickable image. So if I clicked on this logo and it brought me up to your website for some reason, this would be a good example of this website sending your website a backlink. And the idea is that these links act like an endorsement of your website from other sites that Google uses to build trust in your business by seeing others vouch for you. It's almost just like a popularity contest where the person with the most wins. But not all backlinks are created equal. You want more powerful and relevant sites linking to you to show that you will have more authority. And here's what I mean by relevant. If you had a website like this linking to you, or another like lot clearing or habitat management website linking to you, that's going to do a lot more for you than a site like Pizza Hut for obvious reasons when we're talking about relevant. So let's take a look at the number of backlinks that you currently have, and we'll see that Google doesn't really know that this website exists. You're only ranking for one specific keyword, and it's not bringing you any traffic. It's just habitat restoration services, and this is actually a national keyword. So if you're ranking in the top position for this, you might be getting some hits on the other side of the country, which isn't necessarily what you want. So I actually took the liberty of breaking down a few of the keywords that are in your area for services that you provide later on in the video. And I give you the breakdown, I give you a little glance at it of what those numbers break down to and how many jobs you can expect using those strategies for those specific keywords. But we're going to look at a Google search real quick. The first thing you see here is the Google Map Pack, and this is my favorite tool in the world for a lot of different reasons. Many people go here first to find a business that fills their needs, and getting ranked in the top position means 40 to 50% more calls than top organic ranking alone, organic ranking being down here. What gets you ranked here is having a stronger and larger citation profile than your competitors. And a citation is your business's name, address, and phone number as it's written on your Google business profile submitted into directories such as Yelp and Yellow Pages. And there are a lot of other ranking factors, but your organic ranking and your citations are the biggest things you want to focus on. The cool thing about the Google My Business profile or the Google Business profile is that you can also rank in multiple areas all at once. So you're set up over here, and if you do this properly, instead of just ranking for, let's say, Kansas City keywords or Lee Summit keywords, you can actually set up shop right here and then maximize your service areas to take over a whole landscape, including Kansas City. And because you're in such a rural area other than Kansas City itself, this is going to be the best strategy for you. So if you do nothing else, maximizing the effectiveness of your Google business profile to be able to bring you in business from all of the surrounding areas is going to be huge for you. Because could you imagine there's not a lot of really highly populated, dense areas near you other than Kansas City that people are going to be looking specifically for land clearing contractors in Kansas City, right? They're not going to be a lot, 100 people looking for land clearing contractors in Manhattan. So when you utilize this, when somebody looks for land clearing contractors near me or land clearing contractors, Google's going to pinpoint that person's location. And if you're the most relevant match, it's going to put you in this top position and you're going to get all of that business coming straight to you, which has always been a phenomenal strategy for anybody in a rural area. So once your content, backlinks, and citations are all coming together and you're beginning to outgrow your competitors, here's at least what you might be looking at and why it's so worth it. So here's the breakdown of those numbers, and this is just 9 keywords just in the Kansas City area, 1 in Topeka, but that's it. I didn't do like 2 hours of in-depth research to find every single last keyword that would benefit you. This is just a quick glance at what I was able to find pretty quickly. So over and above all, across those different keywords, you're looking at 100 searches. On average, getting leads this way from buyer intent keywords, you can expect 5 to 10% of those leads, or 5 to 10% of the total search volume of those keywords to turn into paying customers, and I broke those numbers down below. So just using traditional SEO, just from these keywords, you're looking at an additional 5 to 10 jobs every single month just using the SEO from the first 2 strategies. Then if you throw that Google Business Profile strategy on top of that, it gives you an additional 40 to 50% extra calls, which translates into extra wins or extra jobs. So if you add that onto it, you're looking at an additional 7 to 15 jobs every single month just in these 2 areas, not including all of the other areas that your Google Business Profile will lock down and provide for you, and not including any other areas or any other keywords that aren't on this list. So how do we find these numbers? So the average click-through rate of the top position in Google is about 28.5%, meaning if you're in the top position for a specific keyword, about 28.5% of every single one of those searches comes to you. Depending on how well your site's set up, if it has an encouraging offer, a nice call to action, maybe a pop-up, you're going to get about 60 to 80% of those site visits from buyer intent keywords that become hot leads or contact you. And if your closing rate is around 50%, it could be more, it could be less, but that's what on average the closing rate looks like across the board for businesses getting leads this way. But like I said, yours could be better, but here's how those numbers break down. So if you have 100 searches for buyer intent keywords, 28.5 times 60 to 80% equals 17 to 22.8. And at 50% closing rate, you're looking at 8.5 to 11.4 deals. I know that 0.4 is just weird. That's just how the numbers came out on average, right? And I always lowball it at 5% just so nobody's ever disappointed. I'm not sure what your margins are, but if you multiplied your average profit per job with the number of jobs you would get doing this, what could you be making this year in addition to what you already have if you use these strategies? Pause the video real quick and do the numbers. And think about what that could do for you, your business, and the future of your family if you took advantage of this and really lock down your area online. So Derc, this is what I do for a living, and while this video is going to help you start generating a decent amount of more revenue, if you want to step it up, go after larger areas, more keywords, go a little bit faster, or have any questions whatsoever, feel free to shoot me an email back, or you can give me a call or text at 330-978-5004. We will just have a quick chat to find out exactly how much revenue you'd like to make, and I'll do the research to make sure it's possible, how long it would take, and then we would talk from there. Either way, I would really appreciate at least a line of feedback just so I know you got some value out of the video, and if I could have done or explained anything any better to you. Thank you so much, Derc. Have an amazing rest of your day, and I will talk to you soon, my man.